So, guys, to start it off with, I think let's just go through two things. So, Gautam and Sashank, we're just going to discuss about your teams this week, your team choices, your player choices, the reasons behind it, and based on the results so far, what will you be changing next season? So, Gautam, I think you can go first. You're leading the race so far amongst the bench warmers and the guests.
So basically, in terms of the the FPL team that I had chosen this week, it was the only person who actually saved my entire team was obviously Salah and his double penalty hat trick. So the people I chose, actually, I made a couple of mistakes in terms of my defender choice and my goalkeeper choice. To be honest, so the defender choice, I actually chose Aurier because I thought that even though they signed Doherty, I don't know if he'll walk into the squad like he did. And then in terms of the goalkeeper, I thought that Martinez was in a good form before. I know Leno was back from injury, but I thought he would still be chosen ahead of Leno. But then, interestingly, we hear the news that he actually just signed for Aston Villa. So I think I have a couple of changes that I need to make next week. And also for me to sum up this whole FPL thing, guys, I've not seen an overpriced league as I've seen this year. Everybody is so expensive. You can afford to have two or three overpriced players in your team. My choices were in terms of consistency. I obviously went with Salah and Werner because I thought that they are sure starters. And I did take a gamble on putting in Havertz and Son because Son has been gamble in terms of Son, specifically the fixture, not because of Son, because he's a reliable player to have in your fantasy Premier League team. So I did try to have a balance, but then it was not about spending it all out on the players. So I do have a bunch of unreliable players on my team, but they are these one-time stars, which I took a gamble on. So next week I might have to do a revamp, and I hope I don't play my wild card soon as yet.
But so actually what you mentioned, that's right. I think there's one small thing over there that we need to discuss. I think Salah is going to get you your points throughout the season, so he could be a valuable addition for anybody. If you want points, it's good to have him because these are the days when he can get you 20 points and you captain him right. He can make up for all your mistakes in the game week. So that's that. And I think your gamble this week has gone with Son, and he's not working so far. And I think 2 minutes left in the game. But anyway, at least you're top of the chart so far, so that's good for you. And
I just want to ask you one thing, Gautam. You went for a triple up on Everton, and you benched the two guys who have gotten you 13 points.
Actually, that's the problem. The thing is, I actually thought, okay, let me see, is it going to happen? The thing is, guys, to be honest, the biggest thing that was on my head throughout was me changing the team consistently because of the fact that City and United are not part of Game Week 1. So, without a doubt, De Bruyne would have made my team. I would have taken all these old junk out.
I don't know. We all know your love for De Bruyne. We all know your love for De Bruyne.
I think we'll definitely have that on air in one of the episodes sometime so that the viewers can also understand what we're talking about. Anyway, so moving on from that, but before we finish off with your team, Gautam, I just want one more answer from you regarding that. What is the reason behind your fantasy team name, Dangerous Devas?
We have all played the Dangerous Dave game growing up.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know, bro. Good to know. So, anyway, moving on now. Sashank, your team, you're one for making those different choices, trying to get your differential to work week in, week out. What mistakes have you made so far? Why are you so far behind?
Made several mistakes. The first one, I initially picked Salah, and then I was confused, and then I picked because I thought Auba has the better first two fixtures, so I picked him. And I didn't regret picking Auba. Now I regret picking Kane because I thought Kane was going to score a few goals. And usually Mourinho teams, they play well only the first two games, at least the first two games. But that wasn't the case. So that was a bad decision. But like Gautam mentioned, the biggest problem was the price, first of all, because last season, whoever played even decently well, their price is shot up now. For example, Greenwood was 4.5 last year, and now he's 7.5. He's surely not worth 7.5. And the other one, was not having City and United games, because that usually my team, United and City, are the ones who get me the points. I usually don't pick. I didn't pick much of Salah last year, so those are the two issues. So I might be forced to play my wild card very soon. But my thinking is bringing in Martial for sure, because for 9, I think he's decently priced. I might also bring in Werner. I just wanted to wait a couple of games to look at Werner, because Werner is also at 9.5 is decently priced. So I might probably kick out Kane, and I'll have Auba still, because Auba is going to always be good. Salah maybe not, because their first 3 fixtures are pretty tough after this. After the next 3 fixtures are pretty tough. So maybe not Auba. And finally, I might pick Van de Beek, because United are missing Bruno and Pogba, I think. Bruno is questionable because he came a bit late to training with the birth of his kid. And Pogba, as we know, tested positive, so he might have some recovery time. And I think United played Villa in a friendly game, and I saw some of the highlights, and Van de Beek looked good. His positioning, he's always near the box, so he might provide an assist or score a goal maybe. And he's decently priced at 7 million too, so he might be one of my picks.
Cool. But I don't think Bruno should be a problem, because when he signed, 2 days later he came and he played the first game for us. So I don't think anything is going to stop Bruno unless he cannot make it personally. But again, like we discussed on this, just to finish off, we actually have a lot of good players, and if you want to risk on them, it's again if your team performs well. For example, United, you'll always want 2 of the trio of Martial, Rashford, and Bruno if you're going in for that game week. So it's either a flop or a hit. Same with Chelsea. People are mostly going with Werner, Pulisic, and Havertz. I think they're the top choices. And when we again get back to City next, everybody will want De Bruyne and probably Sterling, or maybe even Aguero, because he still has it in him. But anyway, let's see. So with that, I think we're done with the fantasy episode for this week. And next week, we'll probably have a little look at Nirishan's team and my team, and even probably the guest's team. But Sasi, would you like to just finish off something on the fantasy side so far?
Yeah, definitely. So just to add to Shashank's argument against Salah, Salah hasn't looked really great during the preseason. So this 20-point outing, for me at least personally, especially against a Leeds team who are going to be pressing so much, it was unexpected for me. That's why I left him out of my team completely. If I was picking someone, I would have picked Mane more than Salah. But that's the vagaries of the Premier League. You think one thing and something completely different happens. So that happens every time.
I would actually like to add to what Sasi is saying, because even if you look at Vardy's gotten you 13 points, but then when you look at his stats for that game, he had no shots inside the box apart from the 2 penalties. So in a day, you just need those 2 penalties like what Salah and Vardy got.
Right.
And that's it. You just don't need any other contribution.
Nothing.
You can be the best player in terms of progressive passing and doing everything, but then at the end of the day, when it comes to fantasy, it's just the person who scores the goal and makes the assist, right?
Correct.
Strategy only takes you so far.
Yeah, true. You just need a lot of luck. I think this time you need a lot of luck. So just hope whoever has luck on the side will probably take it away.
Okay. And guys, just as we finish up the episode, Everton have successfully beaten Spurs, an away win for Everton. So that sums up Mourinho's season at Spurs so far. Getting on from...
I think that's one thing we all can agree with. We all hate Mourinho, right?
No. We're actually a lot of Mourinho fans. You're fanboys also at times.
Yeah.
Come on, Shashank.
I like Mourinho's personality, but as a manager, it's tough, because every club, the way he leaves, every club, it's pretty obvious that he doesn't do a good job at the end. But of course, he's a great personality. I never get bored of watching him, and that's proven even more with the latest documentary. So, I wish we had a look at the dressing room after this game.
Okay, if there's another show on them, then you'll get that glimpse, Shashank. But anyway, with that, guys, let's wind up this. And okay, guys, so with that, I think it's time to wind up. We've gotten a little past our timing, but it's a good episode, fun episode. All of us pitched in with your views. Sasi, I'd like to thank you first. Thank you so much for making it. We tried to have you in last week. Due to the technical issues, we couldn't, but I'm glad you were back here this week. And how does it feel? What did you make of the episode, of the podcast?
It was pretty good. I really wanted to come last week because Arsenal. I was really hopeful about Arsenal, but we have made up for it this time. Thank you guys for having me.
Sure. Glad to have you. And thank you so much. And we'll probably get you back here for another episode soon. And we might try to get you back again when Arsenal have a bad day so that we can see the real frustration of an Arsenal fan. And so to my fellow benchwarmers, Gautam, Nirish and Sashank, thank you guys. Good episode. We had a great discussion and I think we've been really active over the last couple of weeks for this, and we still have one more week to finish off with all our work in terms of pre-production, post-production, recording and everything for the podcast. And is there something you guys would like to add before we leave?
We're all doing this for fun, for the love of football and just pure passion. So it's just at the end of the day, it's just all of us discussing football on a live platform. That's about it. It could be over a phone call or a WhatsApp text. So I'm happy that we all finally got this up and running. And actually, when I shared this with my friends, they were also super keen, especially Sasi was super excited to jump in on board. So I'm sure that we all have friends who are interested and willing to actually be part of something like this because, we all love the game and we all watch it week in, week out. It's something that we would like to share at the end of the day.
Okay. So, and anyway, coming back now to the viewers finally, thank you guys for watching our episode once again. And we are open to having guests week in, week out. So if you'd like to be a part of our show, please drop in a comment below and we'll hit you up and we can have you on the episode. So guys, thank you so much and see you guys.